Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good night. I hope everybody's great today. I'm going to keep this short and brief because I know I'm the only one on here right now. So I am having fun with this. But there's a saying by Jack Canfield. I'm going to read it. It says, "Don't worry about failures. Worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try," right? Think about that. Don't worry about failures. Don't worry about them. It's a part of life, it's a part of what is, right? It's cold up here. So I was like, I'm very layered. I got my suit jacket on. But worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try. So I hope that rings out to you. And I don't know. If there were people here, I would be engaging them and we would be coaching them. As I had about 7 people today that I coached, which is pretty awesome. And I'm happy about that. And I was in my private office, not here, but at another location where it's just strictly work. And now I'm home. I'm in my upstairs office, and that's it. But again, it's you know in life, right? If we keep worrying about everything, right? Things are just sometimes as is, right? Wherever you are in life is sometimes just that is what it is. Meaning, it's just the experience, and what you give to it is what really matters. So it's if I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was having some body image issues, and I was like, we were discussing, like, we are the ones choosing to give that body part, whatever it is, like, saying it's good or bad. We're the ones giving it meaning when it is just what it is, right? And the thing is it's easy to say, yeah, I'm fat, but is being heavy a bad thing? Is you make it a bad thing, or does it society itself make it a bad thing? And then you give deeper meaning to that. And the thing is, if you don't feel good, just figure out how to feel better. And you can do it by reframing the way you give things meaning. It's just like and we came up with something funny. We were looking at pictures of an animal, of, I think it was her dog or cat or something, I have no idea. But, like, you don't look at a picture of an animal and then say, you know what, oh, my dog's ass is too big, or dude, his legs, look at his legs. He has tiny legs, you know? Like, you don't judge. Animals don't even care. They're just animals. They are what they are, but we compare and contrast ourselves in society and give things deeper meaning when we have the choice to just say, you know what, it's just what it is. It's my whatever, saggy bottom or saggy ass or whatever it is, whatever that is for you. But saying we're the ones choosing to give it defining meaning of whether it's good or bad, right? And if you're fat, you're fat. That's what it is. That doesn't mean it's bad. The person's fat, so what? But I guess we do say it in a context that is self debilitating and not reassuring, you know. And I remember a while back, a girlfriend asked me, she's like, "Do I look fat?" And I was just out. I was like, "Yeah, you do, but that's who you are. It's. And then I said it shouldn't be offensive because it's just what it is. We're stating the truth, and I think you're absolutely beautiful. So the thing is like, we give it meaning because it is, and I'm one to tell someone the truth if they ask me. Like, there's not. I do hold some things back, but usually I'll tell the truth. And I remember I had this conversation with someone, and we don't want to offend anybody in a way, but if it's something that we can tell other people and give them like a heads up, I just think it's good. If someone smells, you tell them, dude, you smell, or whatever that case is for them. And I believe that helps them just kind of like establishing a baseline to it. And now they can choose, do I want to smell or do I not want to smell? I could go, just saying, stating the obvious. Sometimes you got to help people out or whatever the case may be. I'm just that's I'm making stuff up here. But again, life is kind of like, the meanings that you give things. We define them, we give them meaning, we give them a definition, and we have a choice of whether to choose that, whether it's good or whether it's bad, or it is what it is, right? And it's an external circumstance that you can't control sometimes, but we can control how we act or react, or the thoughts we give something, to the emotions we feel, and the behaviors that we give it. And sometimes we do this thing unconsciously, but I think it's good to establish being conscious about things. I've been studying a lot of cognitive behavioral therapy, deeply reading books, because a lot of it is faceted in Stoicism, right? And Stoicism was well before Christianity even took root. It was way man dealt in what I think is a crazy time, that they had to learn how to deal with certain things, because things were so, like, I don't want to say terrible, but they were as they were, right? And you didn't know if at the end of the day you were going to go home or not, or if, God willing, that you would be able to get to your house, or some tribe was like murdering your family. I have no idea, but I'm saying they developed this philosophy, which I even think holds very true to itself even now, right? And it's two books I'm reading right now. I just picked them up. Extreme Ownership. It was written by two Navy SEALs, right? And I know what it's about, but I'll go into it in another detail. Another book called Willpower by Roy Baumeister and someone else. And these books are just powerful in getting your mindset, right? Because your mindset is sometimes the psychological barriers that keep you from becoming your optimum self, right? Like I was driving today, someone literally cut me off, and I realized, and I hesitated. There was that, in between stimulus and response, I made a choice. Like, I almost laid on the horn. They were just by me anyway. But again, yeah, I got a little scared. Like, shit, this person's going to hit my car, or they're going to, not kill me or whatever. I mean, these are the things. But I was like, one, I didn't get hit. Two, yeah, he was like inches away, but nothing happened. Three, if I get upset, what's it going to do? It's going to take more energy for me to get upset than to just react. So I just took that big fight or flight breath. All right. And yeah, I'm giving my middle finger, but that I didn't do that either. And the thing is that I just showed up and said, and then I actually just came back to my base self, my equanimity. I regained it quickly. And then it was another thought. I just kept going. And then I went to where I went. And I mean, that's sometimes now I'll build that response, right? Like clockwork, because I need energy for other things. I need important focus and attention for other things that are very important for me, right? And, being aware and vigilant of your environment is key, especially driving, in anywhere that's hazardous. Like if you live in a city, like driving in New York City is crazy to me, because when I drive there, it's just, sometimes traffic's at a crawl, but then you got the person who's just, thinks they're a motorcycle, and and you just wave. I mean, I use my horn there, but it's more of like, hey, I'm here. What's up? Don't hit me. Hi, what's up? Don't hit me. Putting the lights on. I'm always smiling when I can, there. I mean, there is a little trial and error, but you do the best you can. And I do. I always try to work the best version of myself possible at all times. At all times. I question it. Sometimes you have to show up differently, but it all depends on the situation, right? Because we are animals at the core, but we are logical, right? We are able to choose how we respond and how we act, right? And what our actions, we are in control of our actions. So I'm going to cut this short. It's almost 10 minutes now. But again, that lesson between stimulus and response, you can control that choice in here. right? And how do you want to respond? How do you want to react? All right. You are in charge of yourself. The most powerful person in your life is you. Even though you may not think so, you have to own that power, right? And being a good human and being a good soul, a good person, a good person, having a, I don't believe in having a personal ego, but I believe having a universal ego, which is universal consciousness and being aware of everybody and being aware of how you show up. All right. Sometimes you need to get something, you get it. But then there's other times when, you know what, it's not that important. It's easier if I just let this person go by and then do my thing or whatever the case may be. Because sometimes simple things can blow up out of nowhere and become something, regretful, right? Right? It's just each day coming moment to moment to moment and being present with your presence, with who you are as a human being. So I'm going to end this. I'm going to go have some dinner. And again, thank you for connecting. If you watch this after the fact and you listen to this whole thing, thank you. I'd love to hear comments. I'd love to connect with me, right? So, my name's Raymond J. Negron. I'm a mindset coach. I help people online. I coach people online one-on-one. I also have a group coaching program that I've been helping people, and I do this one-on-one across from them. And it's been helping them out, man. I mean, I have some amazing, amazing stories of people after a certain amount of time, we do the work. Things happen from doing the work. You basically dust the crap off of people and get from where they are to where they want to be. So again, thank you. Have an amazing night, day, evening, wherever you are in the world. Bye.